1-1. One, 1-2. Good morning, everybody. You're very welcome along to Gandia for this semi-final of the Q Tour Global Playoffs. Our match, the best of 11 rounds between the comeback kids, that's Daniel Womersley and Mark Joyce, who had sensational wins in the quarterfinal yesterday here in Spain. Derek Kiley here with you throughout the day. 4 semi-finals in this session, and at 2:30 we will have 2 further semi-finals. Both these players yesterday really showed some fantastic commitment coming back from near defeat. It's a nice opening pot from Daniel. He manages to get that through and is in good position for the brown ball. Well, yesterday, Daniel was 40 down against Andrew Higginson, and that makes 3 francs to make it through to this morning's semi-final. Mark Joyce, 3-0 down against Ismail Turka, and won 5 frames in a row to make it through to this match. Well, early days, a couple of shots in, and you get the odd miss early on to the first set into this match. So we will have a short interval after 4 frames, and then they'll play it out to see who goes through to tomorrow's final. Well, if we've learned nothing about these 2 players from yesterday, we learned that they never give up, hard to beat, battle hardened, and lots of quality and experience between these 2 players. talk of the town here is Stuart Carrington's clearance last night from the double on the blue, a really tricky pink and a sensational black ball, and really was something to see. Well, Mark would have liked to be slightly further down to have a better angle to get into this pack. As I said, 3 other semi-finals going on at the moment. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening in those games. Peter Lyons takes on Barry Pinchas, Peter Devlin up against Ashley Carty, and Alfie Davis against Ashley Hugel. They are the 3 other semi-finals on at the moment. Well, he didn't have any choice there. It's a very good safety shot, replace on the cue ball. Taking it on with a good degree of safety in mind, and the pot would have been a bonus with left attempt to here for Daniel. Not easy bridging over the very close to the yellow ball. Our referee for this match is from Portugal, Mr. Vitor Augusto. Very experienced referee, great referee from Portugal, and we wish him a good game as well. See how slick this table is, just to bear some touches, and dead weight again to the ball cushion from Mark. Good idea, almost paid off, very close to getting there. That cross double there into that centre right pocket, but again, early stages, players will be very conscious of keeping the cue ball in the ball area whenever they can. Another attempt, this is an excellent attempt from Mark, and perfect position on the pink ball. It's got the other red as well to work with, and a loose red just above the cluster. So a few opportunities here, a few options from Mark. Well, that was a nice red to take, because it gives a bit of room above the pink ball, and a couple of and TNT just after 9 o'clock. So early morning snooker is not for everybody, but sure all these players are well prepared to battle all season in Q Tour events.
16.
And it is a massive opportunity to win a tour card on the World Snooker Tour on this pathway. This opportunity comes around once a year, and the remaining players will be battling their hearts out to get through to tomorrow's final, which incidentally will be best of 19.
23.
Tomorrow's final. The three finals will be best of 19. Three groups. You're not completely off air with the Q Tour Global Playoff scheduling and the layout of this fantastic event. Three groups of 8, eventually three finals,
24.
and three golden tickets to professional snooker. That's good pace on this. Looking for a good spread. He's got the bounce of the red. Not much else spread otherwise, but Mark will be happy about that.
28.
Well, the last time he didn't get the angle to attack the reds if he wanted to. Now he has another opportunity to get better position for the black. It's a tricky shot. Awkward bridging. Just taking a look at the scoreboard, still plenty reds on the table. Mark deciding maybe to try and get a safety shot here. And it's good sensible snooker at this stage, the opening frame of this semi-final. Well, he's got that way too thick. And Mark's just having a look. Spots possibility here. It's a tight shot. He's missed it, but he hasn't done a whole bit of damage here. Not sure if Daniel can get through to that top red. I don't think so. Now, he could play the red next to the pink and just drain the white up the table, but won't want to disturb the pink too much, so might send the red up the table instead, or into the cushion on the left. That's a good shot. could have hoped for a little bit more of a roll there. So an opportunity for Daniel to take this one on. Well, not on this occasion. He hasn't had his hand on the table very much. He's only played a handful of shots at the moment, so it'll take him a bit of time. Again, it was a shot with low risk. Mark will be disappointed with that. Daniel has a chance to cut this into the centre right. You'd like to have some angle here to come into the pack from the green. Got to give this a lot of power. Didn't get the connection he really wanted. He's too tight to the cushion. He's looking at the possibility of a plant here, maybe. Very risky. Excellent shot. Always a risk when there's a bit of space between the two object balls that you're looking for the plant, and he judged that very well. But the cue ball just rolled on a little too far. It's a difficult decision to make here. Does he take the black on, or does he go back up the table for safety? All depends what his match plan, his game plan is here. Let's have a good long look at it. Positive decision from Daniel Womersley. And a positive result. And he probably can't believe that the cue ball made its way up the table like that. But he would have liked to have been a little closer to these. But an excellent plant, followed by a very good black. Daniel has got a difficult, straightish red to take on here. Very difficult shot, but if he pots it, he could be in position A in this opening frame. Well, it wasn't that close to being a pot, but he's apologised because he's managed to leave nothing for Mark. Joyce, and immediately looking to maybe play the safety option. He's looking at the brown, but it's of no real value to him with the angle he's at. So
Yellow.
I'm going to try and nudge the yellow out here a little bit. And makes it difficult with the cue ball so close to that yellow ball. And both players potting some good pots, but not getting the white into the right place. His position not the greatest in the earlier stages, so not a sensible shot from Mark. This is so hard when you're queuing over a ball like that, almost full length distance on the table to get the complete control on the cue ball. And again, he's caught it very thin. This is up to the halfway point of the table, and just got a little nudge back off the corner pocket there to keep this a little bit tougher for Mark. Just having a good look at it, it's very, very tight. It's not a good place to leave it if he can't pot it. It's not a good place to leave that ball, he'll know that. So trying to get back up the table and cover that red over the pocket. Oh, it's a beautiful shot from the bottom red. Excellent pot from Mark Joyce. Looked at the other red a couple of times and decided to take that shot on. It's a great pot. The brown wiped the speed a little bit, but it dropped. Looking to just disturb on 2 balls there. I think
Six.
he's tight to that red. But I think now that he's looking at this too, he may be okay to play the spike into the right centre. It's a solid start from Mark Joyce. Now 33 points in front. After the spink, there will be 43 points still available. The yellow and the green completely out of commission. So it does that nicely. So 39 points in front, just 43 points available. So he's going to have to be very careful how he plays this shot. I'd be very happy with that. I would not drop the brown. Of course, Daniel stayed the more difficult option. And Daniel a little short on pace with the cue ball. Excellent shot from Mark Joyce. If you see the edge of this red, you'll be trying to run this into the bottom left hand corner. Just may just see a little bit of red on this shot. Oh, and he's unlucky. Just slightly overcut it. Alfie Davis leads Ashley by 1 frame to nil. Good start by the young Welshman. We're still to see in the other remaining 3 semi-finals a frame registered yet, but very good start for Alfie Davis. Well, that was clean as a whistle. So 40 points in front. Snickers required for Daniel.
Five.
Very solid opening frame for Mark Joyce. He
Mark
constructs
Joyce.
it to make sure that closes out
The
the first
French.
frame. It's Mark Joyce who leads by 1 frame to nil in his best of 11 semi-final here on Tour Global Playoff in Gandia in Spain. Back with frame number 2 very, very shortly. So we're ready to go with frame number 2. It will be Mark Joyce to break. He leads by 1 frame to nil.
Second frame, Mark Joyce.
Notice all the yesterday and all the matches, the players have really got the pace of these tables down very well. Some excellent safety snooker. Excellent safety play. Joyce straight away. Pace with a choice here. Got the wrong ball, I think. Just trying to bear the red just above the one he hit, and in a way he probably was better off going into the pocket. Again, like the open frame, an excellent opener for Daniel in the second frame.
Eight.
Well done, Ashley Carthy has taken the open frame in his semi-final match against Peter Denman.
Nine.
He's got a red loose there, but what an angle to go into this pack. Must be inviting Daniel to try and smash into this pink ball and open those reds right up, but he has one red to the right of this cluster if he wants to go that way. Smashes through with a brilliant shot there. You can see what he's got out of it. Sometimes you can be so unlucky. He's got the red to the bottom left. And he couldn't have hit the pink with the cue ball any better. Absolutely plumb. He's looking to get up to the blue ball here off this. And it's a good putt. We're rolling through that gap. Probably not what he wanted, but still has the red here to the left. Slightly easier now with the cue ball. A lot closer.
21.
So stabs that in with power. That's this black ball now. And this could really open up this frame if you can put this in. That's a very good ball.
28.
And awkward having to bridge over that red. Pretty straightforward black here though. Or red I should say, sorry, getting that mixed up. Pretty straightforward raise. Now he's opened up the pocket to the black, and this visit is starting to develop into a good opportunity for Mark Joyce. This chance all stems from a great opening pot. Going along nicely here, Daniel. Good response from losing the opening point. So the break up to 45 points now. Sorry, 52 points, and Mark Joyce went in off into the centre pocket, and Daniel lined up a really difficult shot and slammed it home, and now he's heading towards leveling this semi-final game. Very controlled and skillful break so far, keeping it nice and simple. Well, he's missed a vital red, but a very good visit to the table for Daniel Womersley. The key thing here is he's got nothing really easy for Mark. Mark's having a look at this. It's again extremely tight. Well, It's a brave shot. You got to take your hat off to Mark Joyce there, because missing that red could have cost him the frame easily. Now he's back on the table. Still plenty of points there for Mark. Very good positional play there. Great weight on the cue ball to leave himself this red to the bottom right. Must say, in the opening frame, Mark Joyce looked very, very solid. And Daniel, a fantastic opening visit here, but with 67 points still available, just 55 points of difference, this was an opportunity for Mark. He wouldn't have expected it. As all good players do, they take full advantage of any chance they get. And it's a fascinating frame now all of a sudden. It's looked to be going definitely in the way of Daniel Womersley. Suddenly, there's a little twist in the tail here in the second frame, the semi-final here at the Q-Tour Global Playoffs in Gandia, Spain. Crossman to 6 will make it through to tomorrow's best of 19 final, where there'll be 3 finals running simultaneously from 10 a.m. and throughout the day. So that's a clever shot. Now he has a chance to
21.
slightly disturb these 2 reds. Now left us up a tricky shot here with awkward cueing into centre left with this pink ball. Looking at the blue nose, the option, big shot on the blue. The difference, 51 points available after this colour, so this is a big shot, big moment in the second frame for Mark Joyce. He's unlucky, very close. It was a big, big shot to take on. So Daniel with a chance to close out this frame if he can get this red. He's red hot favourite. It's an excellent pot, good position as well on the black. So 50 points between the players. Just 43 points available. Snippers required for Mark Joyce. And that should be that in this frame.
9.
Well, it's unlucky. I'm sure he's not concerned.
16.
This frame is well and truly over now. What about that for a red? It's so easy when the pressure's off.
17.
Well, he misses the blue, but it won't matter because this frame is done and dusted. It's 1-1 here in this semi-final between Daniel Womersley and Mark Joyce. Good frame of snooker, both players having opportunities. It was Daniel in the end who took it. It's one frame apiece. So we're ready to get underway with frame number 3. It's one frame apiece with Daniel Womersley to break. That's an excellent opening pots in these matches. Let's see how this goes. Oh, a bit of distance on that, but it had gone in a good position on the black. That's irrelevant, it didn't. Right up the table now will have an effect on the next few shots. It's going to be one of these frames where a lot of the reds get pushed up the table unless something becomes available. Womersley's had enough of that. Opens the reds up. They really are all spread to the right side of the table. So I was having a look there to see if something pots or plants. Possibly a 3-ball plant. Spot on from Mark Joyce. What a great shot that was. Saw this.
Womersley 7.
Took a special billiard shot straight into the centre pocket with the cue ball. And another big opportunity for Daniel Womersley to establish a good lead in this third frame. That's 2 in-offs into the pocket in a row for Mark Joyce. It's very unlucky, but it was always a possibility, I suppose, playing at that angle. Maybe would have liked to have just nudged the reds. He missed them and went straight in off. And now Daniel Womersley can have a good look around and survey what's available, and there are a lot of loose reds. So quite a few options at the top end of the table, and Daniel won't be mounting up the usual amount of points, but he'll be taking reds out of the equation. I may just run through here with the blue and take this red below the pink to the right of the pink, the loose red. Had a decent enough visit in the last round, put himself in a strong position. Huge shot missed by Mark Joyce on the blue. Very unlucky, really rattled the pocket. He's had bad fortune again there, another moment to see if Daniel Womersley can punish that. He's just checking to make sure the red between the brown and the green pots. That'll be super accurate though if he's going to go for that with this positional shot. I think he's overrunning for that, but he has the back up with the red into the centre.
18.
No, you consider the red that's closest to the pocket, but obviously it's not easy. Never are, but it opens up more opportunities. He's done well there, Daniel has. Those shots look easy, but you've got to be so accurate with the position of play. Really slightly underhit that.
24.
A bit disappointed because there's still so many reds on the table, so many points available. To crash into them here, what a excellent bit of queuing, but has he been unlucky?
28.
Couldn't have hit them any better. Just need so much luck when you try and split cluster reds like that. Can manufacture this plant here, we're absolutely delighted. Not an easy shot. Wonderful plant from Daniel Womersley. It's come up slightly straight. Green will go to its spot. It doesn't affect
32.
the red, but good intentions using the brown there, but it's come up very spread, so there's enough that it cuts into the corner pocket. That's the problem.
Womersley 32.
So after all that work, it's a 38-point lead. No Joyce has a chance here. Comes on nicely from the blue.
1.
As the pink has an option as well. It's just run below the blue. Definitely makes the pink more appealing. He wants to play the pink. The blue, of course, is a much easier shot. I think this is the right decision. It's a good putt, a very good putt. Both players looking very solid in this match. This is going to be fascinating all the way to the end, I think. Nothing between them. It's very close to that red.
15.
Bit of stun on this cue ball and he's back on black again. good shot from Mark. Peter Devlin has pulled back the frame. They're all square on table 1. Peter Devlin and Ashley Carty try and get one frame apiece. Also level on table 2. Ashley Hoover pulling the frame back against Alfie Davies. And still no frame registered in the other match between Peter Lyons and Barry Pinches. And that is a 1-0 frame so far. So it's going to be stamina testing on that table, I would imagine. Our Joyce is
24.
testing his own stamina out here with a very good visit to the table. Well, he's got one more red that's out in the open, but he's got to do some work on the others. Tight enough shot to the centre pocket, but nice angle. You can get it. But he's not happy with that. But he still
57.
has closed the gap to just a single point, the bare minimum between the players, and they're level as well in frames, so nothing between these two players at the moment.
Joyce, 37.
Well, Daniel taking that on and almost coming up trumps, but Mark has a shot now to this bottom left, and he can run the cue ball up the table as well. He doesn't take on the puck, he does decide to run the cue ball. And that's a very good shot. This looks very, very good. What's a great pace on that? He's been unlucky that he just clipped off the red, because this is definitely a chance for Mark to consider this. Consider it potted. Good shot from Mark Joyce as he levels this frame. 39 points apiece. And that's really a great effort. queuing there from Mark Joyce.
8.
He can just navigate these two reds. You feel that it's going to be pretty hard to stop him from winning this frame. So far, the standard in this match is sky high. Very, very good.
Sixteen.
So big chance to close out this third frame for Mark Joyce. I can tell you in that marathon open frame between Peter Lyons and Barry Pinches, it's Peter Lyons that has won the opener there. So he leads by 1 frame to 0. Nice shot again from Mark. Just playing so smoothly at the moment. 21 points in front, 27 ahead are available. So I would imagine that you can pop the screen and brown. That should be enough. Another great shot from Mark. Just queuing so well and so solid at the moment. And Daniel as well is playing extremely solid snooker, but it's going to be an interesting match because both players seem to be playing at a very, very strong level.
26.
And that'll do.
22. And the frame matches.
That'll do for Mark Joyce. He leads by 2 frames to 1. Fourth frame coming very, very shortly. Okay. Frame number 4. It will be Mark Joyce to break. He leads by 2 frames to 1. There'll be a 15-minute interval right after this frame.
At what frame? Not just one.
74.
And he's left that red as an option for Daniel here. I think it's a ball he cannot afford to ignore. And it's very gettable, but it's also very missable. He's got to be careful that if he does miss, he doesn't go crashing into things. That's a very good shot, and it will be. Well, the choices are green or blue, maybe brown even, but it's got to get all the way down to disturb some of these balls. And quite rightly having a good look at the split. Seeing where he can get loss effect on this, and he believes it's the brown ball. Well, great effort, but misses the pack of reds. And
5.
end of visit.
In the Womersley 5.
A place in the Q-Tour Global Playoff Final tomorrow is at stake for the remaining players here in Gandia, in Valencia, in Spain. And it is such a pressurized situation in these championships. 3 tour cards, 3 different groups, 3 different finals. And today we have 6 semi-final matches. So just looking to nestle up behind this red. I'm wondering, was that pot? I know it's an extremely difficult shot, but So a tricky situation here for Daniel. Well, it does play a very good safety shot there. It's a lovely nudge off the green. It was a very good safety shot. Well, Marcus had to give this a fantastic amount of time and detailed thought because the way the reds are spread, this is a hugely dangerous shot. I'm wondering, is he going to just try and get to that red nearest the cushion? I mean, really, this is all about pace. Had a go off that. That's not too bad. It was very risky what he did there, Mark, but a brilliant snooker brain. Joyce can work things out very, very quickly. But he's thankfully set of Daniel and another inch perfect safety shot from Daniel Womersley. Well, that for me was a very strange shot from Mark. Playing very sensible, no risk snooker the majority of this match so far, and then to play something like that was extremely risky. Even though he's been lucky that the cue ball has stuck to that red basically. But this is a tricky little shot for Daniel. That's about all he could do really. So Mark's got away with one there.
Pink ball.
He'd love to have a go at this red, just above the black. But so difficult. Want to avoid the red and the black at the moment. He's done that and he's put in the ball beautifully. Great shot from Mark Joyce. So a little rush of blood maybe in the last shot before that. Back on track now and nicely positioned on the yellow. Reds look well spread up and nice table we can get down into the right position. Heavy scoring opportunity for Mark Joyce here. Well, obviously he's feeling really good about his game. He's pretty full of confidence. I don't know if any of those red balls pass the black. avoid using the wrists and potting the red to the bottom right if you can, because it's tricky with the pink. Also, it's tricky because it's at a very straightish angle. That's the last thing he wants to be taking on, but he may not have the choice if he wants to continue. He's having a good look at this. No, I'm not too sure if any of these passed this black. Well, fantastic shot. Nothing wrong with Mark's eyesight, that's for sure. That was excellent. Excellent pot from Mark Joyce. It opens up another big opportunity. The last time he played the yellow would have been slightly difficult circumstances. I get the impression that that will not be happening when he plays this brown. Let's get a bounce off the cushion. Does. Got the red to the left centre if he wants it. The pink is available, the blue is available. Just open up a little bit of space into this bottom right hand pocket. He pots his red. Ooh, thought about it. It drops. Cannot understate how tough these pockets are. They are very, very tight. Slightly overrunning there. Just looking to see if this red passes through. Alfie Davis now leads Ashioga by 2 frames to 1. Peter Lyons, after a very slow opening frame, has rocketed into a 2 frames lead against Barry Finches. Ashley Carty 2-1 up on Peter Devlin. So Mark Joyce in a very strong position here. Did not want that much. It's unlucky. Now we missed the blue like this in the last, or the frame before last, into that top pocket. And that was to stay in the frame, so this attempt is to continue this break before the mid-session interval. This time it's pinpoint accurate and a good shot from Mark Joyce. We have 2 remaining semi-finals this afternoon from 2:30 local time here in Gambia. Greg Stedman plays against Patrick Whelan, and George Pregnant will play against Stuart Carrington. And one of those games for you today will be live commentary with myself. So I'm looking forward to that. So, Mark Joyce looking to extend his lead here in Spain.
34. 35.
From the opening break that Mark made in the opening frame, he's
42.
absolutely solid. In his game yesterday against Ishmael Turker, he was 3 0 down and gathered himself together, and won the next 5 frames. So when Mark gets into the right zone, he's pretty difficult to beat. But also in this match, Daniel Womersley has had opportunities that could easily be 3-1 to him.
50.
So, fascinating match. Well, again, just slightly overrunning. Got the option of the green. I don't think he'll even consider the brown. May take on the blue. It's got options all over the place. I think it will be the blue ball. So we would just want to put this in at a nice controlled pace. Does just that. Good shot. 50 points from the front. And just 59
56.
left on the table. Frame ball here for Mark Joyce. We're well aware of that. Again,
57.
nice control on the cue ball and simply required for Daniel Womersley in the sport frame. Well, you'd assume after this black there will be. When he's had a look at the scoreboard, Mark, very smart player, will know that the black is the key thing here. Again,
65.
hitting the ball so smoothly. Very impressive in these last 2 frames has been Mark Joyce. And great control. Daniel needs to make a response after the
71.
session interval because Mark in this kind of form is very, very dangerous. Well, that will be the end of the break.
71 and the free.
I would imagine that will be the end of the frame. We have a break now for 15 minutes. We'll return after the mid-session interval with the remaining frames. First 9 to 6 will be in tomorrow's final and a place for a tour card up for stakes. But at the moment, in this match, it's Mark Joyce that leads by 3 frames to 1. We'll be back in about 15 minutes when we continue with the 5th frame here at the Q Tour Global Playoffs. So welcome back. It's frame number 5. Matt Joyce very much on top in the last 2 frames. Derek Kiley here with you on Q Tour Global Playoffs in Gandia, in Valencia, in Spain. And this is the semi-final match. That really has had a ton of quality, and in particular solid snooker from Mark Joyce so far. We had a cut off that one, slightly over cooked it a bit. The red has run on here for Daniel. Very difficult pot. So no interest in that, but the safety shot. But this red ball is going to go very close to the pocket. I'm not sure. I don't think Mark can get through to this. Hasn't hesitated. That tells me he can. Maybe play the pink after this one. So that little nudge on the red, very unlucky for Daniel. But playing a decent safety shot. We're getting slightly punished for it. So a couple of reds on the cushion here for Mark to negotiate. Referee this afternoon from Portugal, Vitor Augusto, just checking if pink spots it will not, so go to the back of this cluster. Slight moments in matches like that, red coming down to the pocket, you know, the big momentum swingers, and already momentum with our choice. So Daniel will be a bit concerned here because Mark has been impeccable in the last 2 frames. Again, solid on the hot on the cushion. So looking to cut this into the right corner, but safety in mind with the cue ball. Again, it's a Mark who doesn't want to touch anything here. Well, I can give you 100 guesses of what's coming next.
Joyce 60.
So Mark has really played that little touch-up shot very well, because sometimes when you're that close, you can just, you're not wanting to miss it, you can force a shot, but it's got a huge target here, is that it? Not big enough.
Following this, Mark Joyce 4.
So that will go back behind the green again. So good work by the referee, and attempt number 2 for Daniel. This one is mine. To gentlest of contacts here. It's heading towards the corner pocket. Small bow. I think that's 3 knots. Mark's had no so far. On those 2 occasions he was punished a bit. Red's very tight. It's like a break-off shot here. It's going to open him up a small bit, is Daniel. Now looking around the other semi-final matches in progress at the moment, it's 2 frames to 1 between Peter Lyons and Barry Pinches. Peter Lyons leading there. 2 frames to 1 the scoreline also in favour of Ashley, or Alfie Davies I should say, against Ashley Hugo. And Ashley Carty 3-1 up on Peter Devlin at the moment. So Mark having a good look at something here. Let's feel if this red goes. Tricky shot. Doesn't get it. So Daniel is in here. He's going to have to make this count. Still a long way to go in this match, but trailing by 2. Needs to make a good visit to the table, and that's very unlucky. Still has the pink as an option, but such a difficult shot. And there's a time for bravery, and there's a time for sensible snooker, and this could be the time for sensible snooker, because a miss here or a miscalculation could be very harmful. He's looking at the yellow ball here.
Yellow ball.
Bridging over with the rest over these reds. So close to that blue.
Thank you.
It was, I believe, a time to get some solid safety there, but had he got the yellow ball, it would have been good, but a lot of risk involved in that shot. So Mark Joyce for another opportunity here. Nudges that in neatly.
Well,
The last time the pink spot wasn't available, there was no available spot free. No, it was not available. The brown spot is free. So Mark back in amongst the balls again.
7. Eight.
Just look and see if that red to the right that cluster goes. I don't believe it does. So he missed. Just tried to take that red on. Just missed out by a fraction. So this will be end of break. Unless he can make something of a plant here. Otherwise, I would imagine the cue ball will be tucked in nicely behind the brown ball. Not that again from our Joyce. Really solid snooker this morning. I'm half thinking about that red on the cushion, but terribly difficult shot. Now he's going to go up the table, which is the wise choice.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
So Daniel is in a bit of a stranglehold at the moment. There's something to happen. The black now down to the corner pocket, so that'll make things even more difficult. Marco will need to maybe come down and have a look at where these reds are going, because they're going to play off them. They're not going to be too far away from that black ball. He could possibly play a nice slow shot into the reds on the bottom cushion, but that's risky enough. Being just with a nice bit of side. It's immaculate again from Mark Joyce. Immaculate snooker. So it looks like it's going to be a similar shot from Daniel. Going the other route. Has a good straight line onto this, though, to be honest. Mark didn't have that. Well, he's on the hit this by quite a bit. Caught it very thick. He's been lucky. The cue ball hadn't hit the yellow, it would have been an easy potting opportunity for Mark. So he's quite right to give this a good bit of thought, because where the red is now, going back up the table is risky. Possibly playing this red. You can probably just see it to the top left, but again, risky. Could consider coming across the table and nesting into those three reds to get around the bottom cushion, but where the black is, that makes that a little bit more difficult. He hasn't looked at that shot. He's not happy about this. He's going to have to play this with a degree of side, I would imagine. Well, he just takes a safe option. He realises that he'll be playing back on the table again, but there's lots of booby traps there. It's an excellent shot from Daniel. Really clever. Beautiful snooker again. Beautiful safety shot from Daniel Womersley. He's battling hard here, is Daniel. So Mark, not left with many alternatives. Oh, and that's a shot that Daniel forced Mark into. And it really was a make or break shot. Now it's an opportunity for Daniel to get some points on the board in this frame. And that's courtesy of some excellent safety play from Womersley. There's a bit of congestion down there at the end of the table, so that's something you'll have to worry about a little later on. This is really nice loose reds up towards the left centre.
8.
Cleverly played using the yellow. Back in position A. Fascinating match. Some great save, some great snooker. No, he's not required to go straight into these reds at the bottom. He's got that red up the table. Just having a look to see if they pass. The red passes into the left corner. Obviously, at some stage he has to go into them, but he's got that red up the table. He wants to use it. He's got the red that would go to the bottom right, but wants to be in the ideal position for that. Nice angle on this red.
22.
See, there's a great degree of focus on the face of Daniel Womersley at the moment. Take a lead in this frame if he pots this black. And he's got the red into the same pocket. In these championships, in this Q Tour Global Playoff Series, every shot counts. The standard of all the players is so high. So you've got to be very careful with these because they are missable. Very good pot. Well, this is the part that I love, when you have to start developing balls and it's a tight frame. You got to be so careful you just don't get stuck with the white getting stuck on the cushion or stuck to another ball. So needless to say, this has to be very, very gentle. It's a good shot. Brings another red into play. Has this red on the cushion. Takes a 10-point lead.
38.
Those two reds together will be crucial to the outcome of this frame, I believe. Every shot is a tough one at the moment, and that's an excellent pot off the cushion. And a chance to do something with these two reds if he has the angle. Doesn't necessarily have to. He's developed the other red into play. He's looking at it very carefully. That's where it can go wrong. Very good shot again. So it's fascinating frame of snooker here.
46.
Two players playing extremely well. He's just looking at the angle he needs from the black to dislodge those two reds, because they are the key factor in this frame at the moment. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Great shot from Daniel. The red has bounced a little high up, but that's still very potable.
54.
The only difficulty is he'll have a job to get his cue ball back down here, so he'll be playing for a colour up the table. It's a tight cup, but more than capable of potting this. So as I did say, those two balls have become very important, because Daniel has to either get perfect on it or look at the opportunity of a snooker here. He's got to pot blue first. That's very, very good. What a tough shot this is.
60.
He's 32 points ahead. There's 35 points available. Is it worth the risk? It's got to be so accurate. This shot, such a difficult shot. Bounced a little. It stopped.
Womersley 60.
Was there a chance there for a snooker? Just came off the cushion immediately. Mark Joyce has a chance. He needs the red. The black would be perfect. He's looking at where the yellow is. All the balls are the open. Big opportunity from Mark Joyce here. Well, that's absolutely spot on in terms of position. Is Mark Joyce going to pinch this frame? We want this to slow down a bit. Well, is he going to put it to the bottom right? I mean, let's look at where the green is. If he stops it more or less where the yellow is, he should be in position A. Another big moment in this semi-final. And he's missed it by quite a margin. It's gone towards the middle. Ooh, nearly fell in.
Mark Joyce 8.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that. It nearly dropped into the centre pocket. So close. Pressure is building in Gambia. Good sensible shot from Daniel. Very good shot. That was a huge chance from Mark. Has he blown it? As non-pots go, that wasn't the most difficult pot. Just missed it by quite a bit. that's a very good shot again from Mark. And coming close to that pocket again. And now it's going to hover over the top left. So he's been very unlucky there. Very unlucky. Daniel should take the frame from here. Yellow ball is easy enough. Getting on the green is probably the most difficult part of this shot. He's done well. Making sure the pot. So 26 the difference. Just 25 left on the table. Very clean pot on the green as well.
5.
So a couple of snookers required from Mark Joyce. The cue ball
12.
has dropped into the centre pocket. Amazing twist on this frame.
Mark choice 4.
And because the brown spot is unavailable, it has to go to the pink spot. Well, Mark has given Daniel another opportunity here. Not the greatest shot that Mark would play all day. And he takes it. Very good brown.
4.
Daniel must have been pretty concerned there, but the shot on the brown from Mark a bit loose. Daniel knocks that towards the pocket. It's conceded by Mark Joyce. Daniel Womersley gets a frame back here. It's 3 frames to 2 in favour of Mark Joyce. Frame 6 coming shortly. So frame number 6, Mark Joyce to break. He leads by 3 frames to 2. I had a big chance in that last round, Mark did. Missed the all-important yellow. And even had a chance later on after an in-out from Daniel, so I can't say he didn't have his chances in that one. Of course, after yesterday's endeavours by these two boys, coming back from a long way back in the matches to win both games, shows there's a real determination. What a great shot from Mark Joyce. We hope that this will kiss, and it does. Both of these coming back. Mark was 3-0 down, came back and won 5 frames in a row to win 5-3. And Daniel, who was a real late call up here to this championship, 4-2 down and won 3 frames to win 5-4. So these two players do not give up easily.
8.
Nice little route out to the blue here for Mark. Does well.
14.
Well, tactically so far, Mark has been spot on, to be honest. If it's not there for the taking, he doesn't take it. Just plays good safety shot. But on this occasion, he just goes for it. I mean, you can see what a cue ball is. It's well up the table. Giving Daniel something to think about here. Oh, so unlucky. Again, so close to getting the putt. Doesn't leave anything on, but within millimetres of dropping into the pocket. Flirting with the pocket, but it's worked out okay. I can tell you that Peter Devlin is very close to levelling that match at 3 each. He trails by 3 frames to 2 to Ashley Carty at the moment. Alfie Davis leads Ashley Yogo by 3 frames to 1. And Peter Lyons and Barry Pink are still locked in that battle between these two experienced players. Long frames. It's 2 frames to 1. So they, at the moment, looks like it's going to be 2-2. Tempting pot over the left centre for Mark here. We can drop that in. Quite a few possibilities. Wasn't easy. I'll be very surprised if Daniel doesn't have a go off this one. Oh, he's so unlucky again. That's 2 shots in a row that have wrapped that pocket. They've wobbled on the pocket. 2 shots in a row in there. So close. Margins are so small here in Gandia. These pockets.
One. 16.
Nice shot from there.
8.
Joyce 16.
Just want to really try and screw back here for the blue because it takes a risk running through. It's really a couple of balls, but
9.
well, it's not too bad. Tough blue to come, but the cue ball on the cushion certainly has opened up the reds in this round to a certain degree.
Bravo.
Oh, miss.
Mark Joyce 5.
Everything just fine.
So, interesting point in this match between these two players. I can tell you that on that game between Barry Pinches and Peter Lyons, Barry now leads by 62 points to 44 and has the blue a decently easy pot for blue to move this round to their mid session interval and level it at 2 rounds apiece. So that is the case. The two players will pack up their cues for 15 minutes and it's 2 rounds apiece between Barry Pinches and Peter Lyons. Cushion press on that one. Mark Joyce looking to just gently play off this red. He'll be heading directly towards the top of the table bit into brown ball. Immaculate. It's 3-3 now between Peter Devlin and Ashley Carty. Good match, that one. So it's going to be another battle of top class safety, where somebody's spotted or somebody going to spot something and go for it. I do know one thing for certain: patience required in these situations. I've run out of nice things to say about the safety play. The last thing I'll say is it's just absolutely immaculate. So later on this afternoon we'll have another 2 semi-finals, and then we'll have our 3 finals ready for tomorrow. Best of 19 in all the 3 finals, of course, and a place on the World Snooker Tour for the winner of each of these groups. Craig Slemon to play Patrick Whelan and George Pragner to play Stuart Carrington. They are your afternoon session semi-final matchups. Well, it's the first mistake. This is not easy. It has to be played with such accuracy and such a nice pace. But you can see the way the balls are. If he drops this in, it's a big opportunity for Mark. Does well. And he's got the brown. Wouldn't have wanted any contact with the green ball, but the brown is available. Not an easy brown, but he's got the 2 reds to the right of the table there, near the centre pocket. You can get either side of those 2 balls. Doesn't want to touch the blue or the pink, and that's worked out okay. Mark Joyce with a pot into the centre, great possibility. £28 in front, plenty of reds left on the table, and a big chance for Mark here to extend the lead. It was pegged back in the last frame, but this frame is wide open. So happy to come down for the black ball. Taking a bit of care with this because he could run into trouble if he doesn't get the right contacts. He has a good angle. He's looking at the red on the left hand cushion. It mightn't be a bad plan to get rid of that if he could. Decides to go back towards the centre pocket. He's got the pink available. Solid queuing again from Mark. With the pink back to where it belongs, and he's in amongst them again. I'm not sure if that pink spot is free actually. Indeed, it's not. The most highest available spot is the green. It does clear the area for Mark, and he'll not be concerned about the pink ball. He's got the blue and the black to work with. So the break moves on, and he's looking to go over the 50-point lead with his black. He'll want to get that red off the cushion as soon as he possibly can, because it is, well, I think he did not play that well. He may have no choice but to try and take this red on now, and he wouldn't have liked to have done it from that position. I think he should have got rid of that a little earlier when he had the chance. Tough cut here for Mark. No problem.
29.
He got a fright yesterday when he played Ishmael Tucker. 3 down, but then knocked him 5 friends in a row. A lot more solid today. Not a good shot from Mark Joyce.
36. 7.
Giving everything consideration, focuses, concentration at the highest possible level, not rushing into anything he doesn't have to. And Mark, with a very straight black, a bit of power, does well. Now he's looking to see how this ends up. It hasn't been kind.
44.
Now the red inheritance left corner pocket will go to the right corner pocket, and he will be travelling back up the table, so all is not lost just yet, but 67 points in front. Needs another red to possibly secure the frame, so very difficult shot, but knowing that he was going right back up the table made the
Mark Joyce 44.
opportunity impossible to ignore. So if Daniel Womersley can get 5 reds, 5 blacks, and all the colours, he'll have a respot. Really, it's as simple as that. 67 points available, and 67 points behind. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? What a great pot that was. What a great pot, knowing that he couldn't miss it. And he misses the crucial black. And, you know,
Womersley 1.
after a fantastic red, now he needs a couple of snookers, now he's under all kinds of pressure, and he'd be furious with himself for that. That certainly is the end of the sprint. Mark Joyce, solid again. want to just dish these up and clear this table, get some more pots in.
Nine.
Well, Mrs. It doesn't really matter. I don't think he was too concerned because he has taken a 2-frame lead. He now leads by 4 frames to 2. So here we go, frame number 7. Solid 6-frame victory for Mark Joyce, 67, leaving 67, but unfortunately for Daniel, superb red and a very poor show on the black. And that was the end of the frame. It's a game of millimeter snooker. That last frame, Daniel Womersley rattled and hovered over that pocket on 2 occasions. Ooh, and that was very close as well. Has he got away with the cover? I don't think so. So Daniel, I'm not sure if you can see the red over the right corner pocket. Is he blocked up with a blue? He must certainly be, because this is a much more difficult shot. He's had the good sense to bring the cue ball over to this side of the table. Lucky it didn't go in off. From Mark, looking to run off this ball in red and catches the red a little heavily, but that's a nice kick off the green. And I think he's covered it. Has he covered it with the brown? Straight over this right corner pocket. I wonder, is it covered by the brown ball? If it is, he's been very, very lucky. So Daniel just looking where he can leave the cue ball so he doesn't leave that right available to Mark Joyce. I'm not sure if he can get through. I think Martin may be able to see this. He's certainly having a look at the potting line. There's a grimace on Daniel's face because he knows there's a big risk here with Mark when he gets in. He's playing very, very solid snooker at this moment in this match. Another example of quality snooker from Mark Joyce. It'll come down nicely. So in early is Mark, and
6.
he's looked pretty good when he gets in amongst the balls here in Gandia.
7.
He's got the straight to the left, tough throw right, so being a little straight isn't a huge problem. I think he's just right anyway, to be honest. To work with as well, so lots of options and choices. Always good to have choices. It looks very much like Peter Devlin is coming back strongly on the brink of going 4-3 ahead in his game against Ashley Carty. Nice bit of reverse side. Playing a little higher up. He's playing with such
20.
confidence at the moment. It's, he should dislodge a few balls here. He's dislodged one perfectly. The problem is the cue ball hasn't done him any favours. He will have to think about this one. Of this match will play the winner of Alfie Davies or Ashley Hugel in the final. At the moment, Davies leading by 3 frames to 1 in that match. Wasn't the cleanest part, but he's okay. He's looking to see if we can get a gap through to that red by the centre pocket. Right here into the centre. Not out of the question, but very missable. Marks up straight away. Yes, that's a very good pot. So now that split with that red on top has worked out really well for Mark because he has 3 loose reds, 1 is perfectly placed here, before he has to consider the remaining 7 reds that are set to get a behind the pink.
27.
He's just done follow through. Control of his game at the moment, Mark Joyce, very impressive. Daniel will be watching, waiting and hoping that he can get back in here because he doesn't want to trail by 3 frames. that's for sure. But I wouldn't be writing anyone off here. Daniel
40.
was 4-2 down yesterday in the qualifying, best of 9, and came back and won it 5-4. So
43.
Mark will be well aware of that. Batting qualities of Daniel Womersley were never in doubt. There we go. Good position on the black
50.
is crucial here. He's looking to see if that red pots. I'm not sure if it does. It's very, very tight. Just, good look at it. If it does, it works out really well for that. Well, no, by this shot, I would imagine.
51.
No, but none the wiser.
16.
No, I'm pretty sure that he's going to go into these. Oh, it's a nice little rub off the pack. It's got a red to the right, which isn't too bad. Red to the left is a lot more difficult.
58.
The break moves on to 58.
51. 59.
Another great shot to the centre right. Mark Joyce at the moment playing some excellent snooker here in Spain. Well, we saw the scenario in the last round where he left 67. This time one less at the moment. I have no doubt that Mark will play this with a good degree of safety in mind. .75 still on the table. He has to be careful here. Oh, it is a good shot. Very good shot. It's a nice kick off the green as well. So now we're back to the 67-point scenario. But he has an opportunity to maybe take the screen on. He misses it. There's not a lot on in terms of reds. He's not happy about it. Now looking at the possibility of playing the safety, but if he does miss this, there's no easy red available. So cutting the yellow, looking to come back behind the green. Well, he's tucked the yellow onto the cushion as well, so very sensible snooker. But all the reds are now in pretty safe positions. It's amazing, isn't it? Same scenario as the last match. 67 points in front, 67 points in arrears, and Mark Joyce Joyce has just nailed this
One.
particular frame, I would imagine. So knock this brown into the middle pocket. He's up immediately, and Mark Joyce is playing excellently at the moment.
Mark Joyce. 5.
Well, Daniel comes back to the table. Goes by 72, just 59 on, or 59 available, and 2 reds in the total place. So just wants to get a few shots in. I don't blame him for that. Hasn't had a whole lot of table time in the last 2 frames. It's a good pot.
One.
As they say, if he needed it, he wouldn't get it. It's just too late now. Victor Augusto, I should say, our referee here in Candia in Portugal. The 2 English players battling for a place in the final, Mark Joyce
9.
and Daniel Womersley, in this Q Tour Global Playoff Series. In España for the very first time. Fantastic to see the game moving around to new countries. This is a good idea for Daniel. He keeps Mark waiting for the next frame. But Mark is so experienced.
In a Womersley.
He won't mind that. He's trying to put this into the top pocket, maybe. Not too sure. Yep. So Mark Joyce. Now looking at a 3-frame advantage. 4 snookers required by Daniel in this semi-final match. Good chance here for Mark because the green makes that pocket so big. And in she goes, beautiful shot. And the frame is conceded. It's Mark Joyce who leads by 5 frames to 2. Joyce just 1 frame away from a Q Tour Global Playoff Final. We'll be back with frame number 8 in just a few minutes. Joyce to break it leads by 5 frames to 2, 1 frame away from victory and a place in tomorrow's global Q-Tour final. Q-Tour's global playoff series here in Gambia and Valencia, Spain. The very first time. Simple from Daniel's point of view, he needs to win the next 4 frames to win this semi-final. Not impossible, we saw what he did yesterday in the qualifying game, but he's up against an opponent today that is playing the best snooker I've seen him play in a long, long time. Very, very solid stuff from Mark Joyce. Immediately, straight off the Mark, what a pot. What a pot from Mark Joyce. He's always a very focused player, but really is concentrating on playing some beautiful snooker. Cueing excellently. And with an early chance here, and you've got to prepare a bit for Daniel Womersley's championship here. Q-Tour Global Players, because Mark doesn't look like missing much. Run out of position a few times, but he's managed to correct himself beautifully, and again, nice control on the cue ball. And lucky that it nudged up against the red. He's got a couple of reds to work with here. So be careful here. Well, the scenario's changed because the only valuable spot for the black is the green spot. But as long as he can keep that pink on the black spot, he'll take that. He'll hit this nice and softly, gentle cut into the left pocket. And beautiful play. Daniel really hoping for some sort of mistake or slip up. Of course, he's going to have to start a lot of congrats at some stage. Very straight on that. Looking to see if he can clip on the left edge. What he can move on that side. Last time he missed. A couple of occasions he's just clipped a little thin on these. He needs to get a deeper connection. Looks very straight for this. He will look to clip on those reds on the left. Very hard to get him where he wants to go. He's going to have to hit this with the pace. And he does catch the red he wants, so that's an excellent shot. Very accurate.
29.
Mark Joyce moves on to 29 points. Pink spot is not available at the moment. The black spot is covered by the pink salt. He's looking here, it does free up now, pink spot. Might cause himself a few problems, but thinking about that in a moment. Digging down, thinking about getting it back. He's decided to not take the risk and play the safety shot. He's done that throughout this game. There's
29.
not enough value in it for him. He doesn't take any chances with those shots. It's paid off from so far. So it's another loose one from Daniel. Mark will have a go at this. Put on the foot extension because he wants a bit of cube power in the screw back. Oh, the blue is heading towards the pocket here. The blue falls in, so that went all wrong. To be fair, he hasn't made many mistakes. He plays onto this red. He's just looking to see where the second red will end up. He's actually looking at that. Is it possible that he might get a plant here? He's more concerned about, I would imagine, leaving the red by the pocket. Perfect. And it'll come back around for the black here if he gets to run out of the ball. Just over the ball line, so nothing wrong with that. Mark Joyce is on fire at the moment. I think he's made maybe 4 or 5 mistakes in the whole match so far. Very tough with Daniel because he hasn't done a whole lot wrong. It's just that Mark has been playing so well. Comes around, lucky not to hit the red there. Let's see where the black goes.
8.
So, having luck one way, not having luck the other. It's okay though, still on the
9.
blue here. Would have loved to be an inch or two higher up the table. Another great shot from Mark Joyce. Absolutely brilliant snooker at the moment.
14.
Don't forget you can keep up to date with all the
15.
matches here at this Future Global Playoffs in Spain by going to the WPBSA Snooker Scorers website. Absolutely brilliant stuff. All the stats, all the pictures, all the live scoring, everything you can possibly want.
20.
Are we just a few balls away from seeing Mark Joyce play in tomorrow's Future Global Playoff Final? Certainly feels that way.
21.
Murray Pinchers now leads Peter Lyons by 3. Hugo has pulled a frame back. It's David who leads by 3 frames to 2. And here, Mark Joyce getting closer and closer to the final here in Spain tomorrow. Best of 19 frames for the 3 finals, and it will be
23.
a WST Tour card with 2 years on the main tour for the winners. Well, Daniel will just hope for 1 more or 2 more chances to get back into this semi-final match, because he's been frozen out in the last 3 frames. Well, he misses, and here's Daniel's chance. It's a now or never moment for Daniel Womersley.
20.
Big deep breath from Mark there. Long way off the pot. We know what a battler Daniel is, so that's a very, very good pot under all kinds of pressure. He'll be okay for the yellow. He's looking at the brown, not closer to the brown. I think the yellow may give him better scope for position. There isn't a whole lot available. The red to the left of that cluster of 4 just available. The yellow ball is the one to find that red. So, nervous moments, pressurized moments, important moments here in Gandia. The prize is enormous, and that is perfect. Daniel Womersley fighting his way back into this frame. He's got to win the remaining 4 frames if he is to progress. He's underhit that slightly, and that's not a good shot, because now he has to negotiate the balk area. He has to try and get down to one of these reds on the left. I don't think any of those 3 reds are potable. There's no plant opportunity either. Be so careful with this shot. Try and arc it forward to the right side of the brown. And he's just missed through, and his concentration totally away. Where's this red going? Is it available?
4.
Well, it is. That could be, as they say, curtains here in Gandia for Daniel Womersley. 20 points still on the table, but when he's been frozen out as he has been over the last 3 frames, it's very difficult to come in and try and make an assault of 4 continuous frame wins in this situation. We've seen it before, we know he can do it, but this is Q Tour. This is the global playoffs. This is
6. Seven.
Finish is what?
Fourteen. 15. 22. 23. 28. Cheers, Turkey. 30. 33. 'Joyce, 33, frame in the match.